All right, welcome to the show, y'all. Yeah,
Hey,
we back. I know. Look, I was saying to the audience, Marshawn,
I
pipe
know.
down.
Let's see.
you know, I haven't recorded with the two of y'all in a minute. So, Dr. L and Coach Marshawn, I just want to first say hello before we get into the introductions. Good evening, or for Coach Marshawn, good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, today, y'all, the topic today, I personally think it's a super duper interesting topic, right? So we're going to get into the introductions first, but the topic is, y'all, we all were supposed to. The homework was what? To go back to our exes and get feedback. Like, because we all talk about the relationship aspect, right? Well, I'm a relationship coach. Coach Marshawn is a relationship coach. Dr. L, can I consider you some type of relationship? How about relationship content creator?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so we want to talk about, hey, do we walk the talk? Right. So do we walk the talk? Okay. So I'm gonna let you folks introduce yourself first. Dr. L, you go right ahead.
Thanks you so much for having me back on the show, V. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here with you two ladies. I am Dr. What? I am
I'm
Dr. L.
saying,
I am Dr. L. Let me just push on here. So I am a relationship content creator, I guess, focusing on men and relationships and becoming the best version of yourself, self-improvement, things along those lines. I have a couple of other platforms, Dr. L's Breakdown, where I break down police-related items. And a friend of mine, Dr. B, and I, Dr. Brantley, and I just started a new podcast called Faith and Justice. It's about social justice issues, and we're doing movie reviews and all kind of other kind of stuff. So we're really excited about that. So besides that, retired police officer, author, father, uh, listen, living my best life, retired, adjunct professor, bunch of stuff there. So lot to know.
okay, well, thank you. And Dr. L, y'all, is an actual doctor. I don't just call him Dr. L for no reason. I know we got some people out here faking the funk, but Dr. L is an actual doctor.
I
All
am an
right.
actual real
That's right.
PhD.
That's right. Now, I know that degree back there behind your head somewhere. Okay. All
It's right
right.
here.
Dang, it don't even make the wall. Dang.
I'm too lazy to hang it up, but it's right here. It's right here.
Okay, we believe you, boo. All right, Coach Marshawn, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited for this conversation. I am Marshawn Olanio. I am a shift relationship strategist, and I essentially help professional Black women to get back into the dating game with confidence so they can be clear on what they want, need, and desire, as well as have the courage to ask for their needs, wants, and desires. And so we put a game plan in place to help them shift their mindset and to walk in that so they can actually put themselves out there to be their best version, as we say, right? But also to attract a better mate so they can stop repeating the same mistakes over and over again so we can break these generational curses that specifically impact our community. So that's why I serve. Thank you so much for having me, V and Dr. L.
Well, thank you. Y'all, thank you for joining. And I'm trying to put y'all comments up here. We're gonna say some highs real quick. So is that Rune Belly? Girl, hey to you. I see Yoli up here. Is that HJ? Garrett. Hey, Garrett. Hey, boo. We're going to be positive tonight, right? We're going to be positive. And I know I missed some folks up here. NW. All right. All right. And I am Be Mindful, y'all. I'm a relationship coach. And I say on my YouTube channel, I talk about everything related to relationships, particularly the mature adult, right? You see on my content, I talk about sex, menopause, erectile dysfunction, things that impact us and keep us from having a good, close relationship. All right. Miles, good evening. We ain't gonna say hello all night, but I just want to call y'all out. Okay, so Dr. L, I'm gonna start with you, Dr. L. First of all, did y'all do the homework? Did y'all go and get the feedback that y'all was supposed to get from y'all exes?
I did, yeah. Well, I mean, I knew what it was when I walked out the door, so it wasn't any need to call, but I know what the feedback is from my ex. Yeah. So.
Okay. And Coach Marshawn, you did as well.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. And you know what, Dr. L, I'm with you. I ain't have to call nobody because I knew what the I know what the feedback is because I heard it. I heard it. Okay. So Dr. L, we're gonna start with you. Okay. So you know the feedback. And the reason why we're doing this because I want us to have full transparency on the show. I don't want anyone to think, okay, that we claim to be perfect. We're not. You know, we do relationship content, and Coach Marshawn and I coach clients for their relationships and their relationships, right? To either maintain love or attract love. So we want to be fully transparent and let y'all know, look, y'all, we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. We got, we got some things. Oh, okay. Don't start, doctor. You ain't perfect. You ain't perfect.
Already,
Okay.
my goodness.
I know. Don't start that right now. You ain't perfect, boo. Okay. So we just want to have full transparency, right? Okay. So Dr. L, I want to start with you. Okay. You remember, okay, so I know you've been married twice.
Correct.
One,
Yes.
two.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you ain't perfect. Okay, but you've been married twice. And you
Go ahead. I'm listening.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So based off of now, do we need to take one marriage at a time? I mean, you tell me how you want me to ask. What did wife number one say? Like, did she walk out the door or did you walk out the door?
Wife number one. That's a good question. I want to be sensitive about that because that's the one I have my kids with. But I left. I left that one. It was not
Okay.
a relationship that should have been. So I was definitely perfect in that one. Yeah.
I wish you stopped saying that. No, wait a minute.
No.
Dr. L disappear off the screen. He can't.
No, sir. But listen, I mean, there was some things, and it's really good that you started this way because that really relates into the second one. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, there were some mistakes that I made, but those were things that people just make. But eventually, at the end of the relationship, I was like, listen, we're not doing this anymore, and it was time for me to go. So again, I had a job as a police officer, and there were some things that were going on that I couldn't have the cops in my relationship, digging in and asking questions and all that. So I had to make the best decision. And then I ended up raising my children. So that should tell you what you need to know. So.
Well, I don't know about that. Like I don't speak in like NWC. I don't speak in code. Okay.
Okay. Well, all right.
So
well,
okay,
that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, hold on now. I look, like you said, I don't know what we, hey, I speak a little bit of Chinese, but I don't speak this code stuff. So you left the relationship because there were things that you didn't like. May I ask? And what was the final straw? Like what was the final straw that you said, you know what, I'm out of here and I'm gonna take my kids and I'm out?
The final straw was the relationship just broke down and it just couldn't be retrieved. It just couldn't be fixed. It was just beyond anything. And to the point where, as I mentioned, the police start asking questions. It's time to go. It's time to go.
Okay. I am mad at that. Okay. Yeah. So how long were you single before you got married again?
About a year or two. I was a very Christian person at the time. So my second relationship was it was a high school sweetheart. So we had actually reconnected. And so that was actually a pretty good relationship up until, it ended. So, yeah. So again, I was a very Christian person, so can't have sex outside of marriage. I got to get married. So.
Oh my God.
Oh, I see.
You got married for some coochie. You just said I was.
Listen, that's where my head was at. That's what I did. That's what my training was. That's what my life was. Yeah, absolutely. So I did the right thing. Well, that's what she heard. So let me explain this here. So this is what I did. This is where my training was. This is where my head was at. I did the right thing. I made some money. We were going to be honorable before God and all that. So I did what I thought was the best thing to do. I stand behind that. Absolutely.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. Okay. And okay, well, let me ask. Did you find it Okay, okay, hold
It
on.
wasn't the
I
only.
got
It
so
wasn't. It
many
wasn't.
thoughts in my head. Let
It
let
wasn't
me
the
ask.
only reason. Hold on. It wasn't the only reason. It wasn't like I just married the first person. This was a high school sweetheart. We knew each other from high school, so we had reconnected. We talked.
Okay,
We got to know each other a little bit better. And so
okay,
therefore, from there, that's what caused it. It wasn't like we just met each other and then okay, let's get married tomorrow or next week or next month. No, it wasn't like that at
okay.
all.
But okay, so I have a question though. I still that don't mean that I still have a question, because people who do this, right? They wait until marriage, and does that mean that they actually wait to have sex until marriage? I want to clarify that point first before I ask my question.
But that's what we did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what would happen if then you get married and it's it's not great. Like, you know what I'm saying without having to say it.
Yeah,
Then what
I'm actually
happened?
going to do a show. I'm actually going to do a show about this, but you got to make it great. You got to make it
You got
good.
to make it
I
great.
don't yeah, I don't believe that just there's anything that's just really bad sex. I mean, you got to what bad sex is when you don't put in the effort and the work and just say no. That's what bad sex is to me. So as long as the guy can last, and believe me, I have no problem in that area. As long as the guy can last and he is and he is willing to pay attention to the woman's body, there's no reason why the sex shouldn't be good. I don't care what I just don't understand why it would be bad. I've never had sex with a
Okay.
man, so I don't know. But I'm telling you
Okay.
from my perspective, is if even if it was bad at first, here's what made it bad, and if as long as you're willing to do the work, you can make it good.
Okay, we have to believe you. Okay, we have, and from a and you're speaking from a man's standpoint because you're right. You haven't, so, but that's your standpoint. So I ain't gonna get all into that conversation. Okay,
That seems
so
like you
what?
are.
No, I ain't. I'm just curious because you don't want to open the door, and so I'm jumping in behind you. I didn't say nothing about nothing. Okay, so then the second one. What's the feedback then? Okay, because that's what the
So
show is about.
sure. So the second one was I actually held on to a lot of the hurt and pain and didn't give myself 100% to the second one that I should have from the first one. So the first one caused me so much hurt and pain. I said I'm not going to give myself to the second one, and we lasted for 18 years. So she put up with that for 18 years. We had some good times, but that was my feedback that I needed to go to therapy, really work through my issues and really heal myself from that relationship and other relationships as well. So that was my feedback.
Wait, so just to be clear, the second marriage was 18 years. I'm sorry. I just want to clarify.
Correct. The second marriage
Okay.
was 18 years.
Okay. So you thought you just held on. The reason why that ended because you didn't work through your issues you were carrying a lot of past trauma.
Correct.
Okay. So let me ask a clarifying question. How did that trauma show up though in your marriage? How did it show up?
It showed up, I think, as a little bit of selfishness. There was things that were going on that if she did something, I would do something.
Okay, tit for tat type stuff.
Yeah, tit for tat type of stuff. And you can't be that way, obviously.
Mm-mm.
So that was some things that I really needed to understand and really come to and listen, I worked on them for a long time, but they just kept coming up. And I think that that's a good question. I'm trying to think of a certain instance, but while not telling about our whole business, because I want to be respectful to both of my exes and just talk about what I did. But if something happened, then I would respond, and that wasn't the way to do that. So the thing to do is to have an open conversation and really try to work through that. So
you would instead, it wasn't responding, you would react. Because responding, we take a little bit of time. Responding, you choose your response. If it's a tit for tat, you're reacting. You're acting to something that happened. That's why it's called reacting. So you were reacting instead of processing your thoughts, instead of thinking about things. You would just is like a knee-jerk reaction. You were just doing.
No, it wasn't knee-jerk. It was definitely calculated. Yeah.
Oh, calculated.
Well, I'm not
in a vindictive type way.
Correct. Not in a vindictive type of way, but it's like, oh, okay, this is how we moving. Okay, I'm going to move the same way too. This is what you're
Mm,
doing. I'm going to do the same thing too. This is, you want to go out. Okay, I'm going to go out too. That type of stuff. That type of stuff.
okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
And looking back at it, would you describe that as being petty?
No, I would describe that as a person on my part as being I wouldn't call it petty, but I would say that it was just a matter of selfishness and not really trying to get them to understand my point of view. There was a lack of understanding of my point of view as to what should happen in the marriage. And when you're not going to act that way, as we talk about masculinity and things like that, at least that's what I talk about. When we talk about that, you have to control the narrative within your home. And when that wasn't done, then it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to do my own thing.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to you then. Coach Marshawn, you were married. Because Dr. I'm gonna be very honest and transparent with my stuff. Like, so I know, but I did get and respected, Dr. L. You want to respect your exes, and I trust and believe when I was in my relationships, even when I was married 12 years, well, people, I never really posted my husband, and my last relationship, I never posted him. Like, and that was a few years, and I still, y'all might have got a hand, might have got a toe, but you never got him. So I understand respecting their privacy, right? I do, but I'm gonna come up with some, I'm gonna be transparent. So, Coach Marshawn,
Yeah.
you were married. Well, you go ahead tell your story then.
No, I want questions like you asked Dr. L.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, girl. Okay, so you were married. How many years were you married?
First, let's slow down. I was married twice as well.
Oh, damn.
Mhm.
Okay, I ain't know that, girl.
Yeah.
So your first marriage was how many years, and then the second one?
Married 7, together 9 for number 1, and then
Okay.
number 2 we were married 5, and excuse me, yeah 5. It was 5.
Okay, so then you got the feedback from both ex-husbands, or one?
I got so I got the feedback from one, which is first husband, and then I
First one.
already know about second husband.
Okay. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we just hear the same thing over and over and over again, what they complain about. So it's like, it's like nobody, if you're in a mature relationship, I feel like, unless you're with somebody who can't talk, you should know what that person was consistently complaining about you, right? Like, we gotta, ain't nobody, you shouldn't be blind to it. Okay, so Coach Marshawn, you talked to your ex-husband, and what did he say?
You know what? So I know that I'm not perfect at all, but the conversation that I had with him, now this is ex-husband number 1. The conversation that I had with him, he didn't put the blame on me about anything. He actually took full accountability for the breakdown of our marriage. And again, it's not that I was perfect, and both of us, we weren't perfect, but it's not that I was perfect. He just didn't tell me a whole lot of the things that I could have done better. He solely focused on himself, and apologies were, given and received. And we just had an adult conversation about our marriage and our stuff that we did. So it wasn't a whole lot of finger pointing per se to say you did X, Y, and Z, including when we got a divorce many years ago. So at this point, it's 20 plus years that number 1 husband and I got a divorce. And so we had a conversation recently, but even during the divorce 20 plus years ago, he never did say that I did anything per se. But what I will say is that, just like Dr. L, after a while, that tit for tat starts to set in, whether you want it to go that way or not. Not to say that you should participate, but after a while, I'm going to participate because I'm human. That might sound like a cop out, but at some point, it's like, you know what? I'm actually tired of doing right by you in this manner and being treated in this way. So you want to, like Dr. L said, you want to go out? I'm going out. You want to hang out all night and come in when the sun come in? Guess what? Guess what I'm doing? I'm doing the same thing. So I know that I, again, not perfect in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I will say with husband number one, I had a lot of insecurities that I had to deal with. And he really was one of the only men that helped to build me up and didn't use my insecurities against me. So some insecurities was, and I think I mentioned them here before, which is, anytime he wanted to leave without me, like go, whether it's to be with his friends, his his boys, or just to go out for that night, or even sometimes be with his family, and he didn't invite me or just didn't want me to go, that was an issue for me. I just didn't know that we needed that time alone, that me time, and or that recharging time that I understand now. So I just didn't know, right? And when you don't know, you don't know. So then you show up in a way that's unattractive, that's not sexy, if you will. And so that's one of the things. And then I mean, I don't like to hear no. I mean, most of us don't. However, I'm able to handle it more in a more mature manner now when you say no, because there is more conversation. Excuse me, the men that I have a tendency to attract now, we have better conversations about the why behind the no. And it's not because we have to do it. It's more out of a respect thing. So the trust is there. So again, it's me more reflecting on what I actually did with number one versus him pointing the finger and saying, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. He took full accountability. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of it had to do with him and his stuff that he was bringing to the table, because I've always been ready to have a conversation, like what's actually happening, how could we make this better, and it just wasn't reciprocated in the times that it needed to be, specifically the most important times.
So then my question would be, did you take accountability for anything in your conversation?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So without airing all my dirty laundry, okay, what I will say is that there was cheating on both our ends, and we actually admitted to that and apologized to one another for that, because whenever you're going outside of your marital home, it doesn't help it in any way, because the only person that can help your relationship, and specifically your marriage, is the two people that's in it. So adding these additional people never helps. It only hurts, whether in the short term or in the long term.
Okay. Dr. L, do you have any questions for Coach Marshawn?
No, not right now, but I'll think of some. Yeah, I'm thinking some.
Okay. Well, one, you and I had a conversation, just a conversation last week, that you actually recorded an episode, right?
Yes.
With this said conversation that will air. When will it air on your platform on YouTube, where people can see? Wait, is your ex-husband in the video, or is his face covered?
No, he's in the video. You'll get to see him and me, of course, having the conversation. And I am going to air it next week, probably next Wednesday, actually, a week from today.
Okay, so people can see firsthand what that man got to say.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Because we don't believe you.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine.
He probably reading the cue card, Dr. L. He probably. She is.
You know what? Really?
She is. What's that word?
Oh no!
Don't beat me again. Don't hit me. I'll get it right.
Okay, both of you, listen. I really have always been one that really wanted a solid relationship, and I know a lot of us have the fantasy, or had the fantasy, to have our 2.5 kids, white picket fence, house, dog, blah blah. That was my fantasy. So when I got also. So for me, my background was I only saw relationships. So in my mind, everybody wanted to be in a relationship. So for me, I modeled what I saw. I didn't have a lot of toxicity around me. No molestation, no men coming in and out, no alcoholics. So I really just saw a lot of romantic relationships, and men and women always together. We had a lot of family gatherings. So that was my background and what I thought would happen, not realizing that life is going to bust me upside the head a time of 50, because even though I saw some things, there was still no real guidance. There was still no real training. There was no sit down conversation. It was just what I picked up on. So I assumed everybody wanted to be in these relationships. and marriages that lasted,
Oh,
because that's all I saw and knew.
okay. Okay, well, we'll just have to. Everybody's just gonna have to watch the episode. I could tell you who ain't gonna be on my show is either one of my exes. I could tell you that, and that's for daggone sure. So y'all just gonna have to believe what the words is about to come out my mouth because I
Oh,
ain't
wait,
sharing nothing.
wait. Let me talk about number two. Let me talk about number two.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Number
Because
two.
I'm not ashamed that I've been married twice. They're definitely learning lessons. However, what I will say about number two is the tit for tat became way too much in that particular one. A lot of it had to do with, without me pointing the finger per se, his weapon of choice was the silent treatment. And so there was no real conversations after a while. And somebody's going to ask, no, he didn't do any of this prior to I do. There was no signs of the shutdown, the silent treatment at all. And so I literally was reacting to the silent treatment. It was, again, don't have to keep going too deep, but I will say it started off in like a few days, right? Okay. Then it was a month or so. Then it was weeks. So from days to weeks to months. And after 6 months was our longest time of not speaking, being in the same exact house with zero communication, and we have a child together. And it was just too toxic for me. So in number two, it was literally for me about the shutdown, because what he explained later on is that he would rather shut down than blow up, but that doesn't solve anything. That doesn't solve anything.
That's stonewalling.
So, absolutely.
Shut down is stone. It's called stonewalling.
Yes, it is. So, but literally that 6 month period, yes, very petty, but that 6 month period was my final straw. And I actually left both of the marriages. So because I was just like, Marshawn, if this man, because I literally asked myself this question, if this man never changes and he continues to stonewall you or silent treatment with you the entirety of your marriage, are you willing to stay if this person never changes? And my answer was an emphatic hell no. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing also breaking generational curses, because as much as we believe our children don't pay attention, they pay attention. And I don't want her to take that into her own relationship to think that that's healthy, because it's not. So that's number two, why I left. The first one I left because there was an incident of domestic violence, and that was my no. He actually choked me. And if you listen to the episode, we talk about that incident. And I was just like, hell no to that. I'm not your punching bag. So although I'm not perfect, I was like, no, stonewalling. You could be quiet for 6 months to your wife. You ain't my husband.
So when he choked you, did you do any jail time?
I did not. Here's what I'll say. That particular thing was an out of body experience for me.
I bet you was.
It's very interesting, because although I know my body was down there, I don't remember gasping for air. I literally remember looking down at him choking me. Like, well, that's when I really mean talking about an out of body experience. I was above us watching the incident happen. And then all of a sudden he stopped. And I was like, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. You don't get another chance to put your hands on me.
Absolutely not.
Now you don't get another chance. So those were my defining moments as I needed to walk away from both. I know I'm not perfect, and it was absolutely tit for tat. The second marriage, there was no cheating. I'm more mature. I knew with that didn't fix anything the first time. So I want to do something better, because I know better. Even though I knew better then, I'm just like, I don't want to go down the same road. I don't want to repeat the same thing, because I'm not getting what I need out of my marriage this time around. I want to be true to who I am, true to my vows that I took. And if he didn't want to be true, that's what he has to answer for, not me.
Okay. All right. I want to just say what Garrett said. I know, because I saw your correction, Garrett, but it says if she wants to go out, this is in reference to Dr. L. Yeah. I'm running behind on the comments, right? Without the guy in the relationship, she can stay out. He said to the streets. Okay, Garrett, didn't I start this show with saying be nice? I know I started the show and I said be nice. Okay, we're gonna be nice. But yeah, okay, I dig it. Okay, well, I want to thank you too for your transparency. And I'm gonna just say, look, I think my feedback a little different, right? Because and my feedback is from my marriage. I was married 12 years, and then I was single. Y'all, I was single about 9 years. I was single. So I was out in them streets, but not really. I wasted a couple of years of not being in the streets. I wasted, as I say, I wasted some good coochie years by literally being in the house and not dating, unfortunately. Right. But in my marriage, I can tell you the biggest feedback that I know, because if these are things that I had to work on through coaching. I got a coach and I still have a coach for what, going on 6 years. And I love working with her. I meet with her now every other week. My mouth. My mouth was an issue. Okay. And I got a video that I haven't released yet. I want to talk about that. But my mouth, like, yeah, and but see, my mouth isn't like I'm gonna, kick you when you down type mouth. I feel like that's a different type of mouth.
Mhm.
Right. People got to watch it because people, get punched in the mouth for that. Men and women, you got to watch it. Right. So my mouth wasn't like that. But yeah, my comeback quick. Like I got a quick comeback, right? And so I knew that my ex-husband hated my mouth. Okay. And because he was said it. And after we got divorced, we were still hanging out. We went on 6 vacations together as a divorced couple. And I call it couple, not in as in we were a couple, but two people make a couple. So as a divorced two-person party, we, took a few vacations. So I couldn't have been too bad, right? And because he then did ask me to remarry him 2 times. But I know my mouth was an issue. And the other thing that I had in that marriage was back then I didn't understand the masculine and the feminine balance. I didn't know jack crap about it. When I married him, I had two boys already, right? Whom he did adopt during the marriage. But I had gone through, my ex was murdered before I married my ex-husband.
Mhm.
And so my ex-husband knew all of that. We were friends. He's my frat brother. And it just turned into dating. And then we didn't date very long and we got married. And I know a large part of that was because I know he didn't want me to raise them by myself. And so I respect him for that. Right. You know, but I think when I came to the marriage, I have a very strong personality, and I allowed my personality, my strong, dominance to override some of the things. I was like, these my kids, and I was in my 20s, right? These my kids, these ain't your kids, stuff like that. Stuff that what I do today, well, one, my kids are grown. I wouldn't do that today, but I did do that back in my 20s. So,
How do you
and
stop that? I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, no ahead, go ahead.
I was taking copious notes here. So, how do you stop that from from the? Why are you laughing, Marshawn? How do you stop that from the future? Uh, the whole "these my kids" type of thing, because that's this blended families is a thing now.
I know you're
How would
right.
you recommend somebody stop that?
You know what, Dr. L, for real, I think that's hard
Mm.
because even, you and I are of a mature, and well, all three of us are, right? But Coach Marshawn, you still got a minor, and Dr. L and I do not. Our kids are grown. And I don't know if it's harder to date somebody as an adult and try to blend the families versus trying to blend a family while there's minor children, because it still has issues. Adult children still come with issues, right? And so I think that's hard because you're going to get emotional about your children. We're talking your children, right? So I think that's a difficult one. I think it has to be two people who are on the same page about how we handle this. Now my kids are grown. It's different though, because I could say y'all Negroes are grown. Okay, right. I got this my husband, and this our house. Y'all don't like it. Y'all grown, right? I feel like that's the benefit of when you're older. But we know sometimes adult children can try to be messy. Not mine, but I'm just saying some folks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's touchy because I mean, come on now. As a parent, don't you sometimes, not sometimes, but don't you, Dr. L, be protective of your children?
Not anymore. No, they
Never
got
mind. I'm gonna
it. They
take
got no.
remove.
I definitely understand to remove boot. um, no, you're definitely right. I understand what you're saying. I'm probably a little bit more protective of my daughter because she's a girl and she doesn't, But but I do appreciate what you said. As adults now, as older, you have to really separate that and say, this is my husband now, this is my wife now, or whatever. And they're number one. So whatever you got going on, you guys got to figure it out. And that takes some strength to have. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. To your point about the younger couples, in your 20s, 30s, whatever, trying to partner up, that's an incredibly difficult thing. And my second marriage was like that, where she had a child and I had my two. So we had to blend those families. We had to blend that family, and that took a lot of work, and it wasn't easy. And I didn't mention this before, but that also, I think that also played a role in the breakup there, because we never really got to that. When I talk about 90% wasn't there. There was still a little bit of separation there that I worked hard to get over that and make sure that our families were in line and going to the same place. I still have a very close relationship to my stepson today. Still play video games from time to time. So I think I did my part in doing that, but it was still there. It was still there. So.
Mm-hmm. That's not, and you're right. I forgot. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot. I did have a stepchild in my first. I did. I forgot. And I'm gonna tell you, doctor, don't even give me that. I'm gonna tell you why I forgot. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why I forgot. Look. I don't, like I said, I don't claim to be perfect, but I can sit here and tell you this: that man, when I tell you he did not blend up that family at all. I feel like this is your child. She's coming into our home. You got to really try to blend her into our home. And he didn't. She would go to family weddings and he'd leave us all at home, like legit. And I'm like, even his own seed, right? And I'd be like, huh? It just, you have to really work to blend the family. And I really think that a lot of people don't do a great job in, blending the family. They want to keep it separate. And it's like, but we're not separate if we're a family.
Yeah. Yeah. That has to be key that you're not separate if you're a family.
And then you might as well not be a family, and thus
you might as well not be a family. Yeah.
And then we won't. Just as simple as that. Like, and then next thing you know, I mean, I ain't gonna get into all of why I left the marriage, but he know why I left that marriage. I'm
sorry, let me ask you this, B. Because you mentioned about your mouth. Is your mouth still an issue today in your wait, okay, two-part question. With your mouth specifically. Is it just with your significant other, or is it with your friends and family as well?
Oh, I got a slick ass mouth. Like I'm gonna like I'm but see, my thing is I'm not. There's a difference though. One thing I'm not gonna do is one thing can't nobody say V has done. I'm not going to break you down. It's one thing to say that's why your hairline crooked. That's one thing to say that, right? But it's another.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying, like, when people go tit for, y'all the ones that was talking about tit for tat. I ain't never do that tit for tat shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, because
you just said you had a mouth.
Yeah, but that's not tit for tat. It's not. Let me explain. No. Tit for tat. When it got to that point, because that both of y'all were talking about that tit for tat. That's ultimately why I left my marriage, because I said, you know what, I'm not going to participate in this. You know how when you in your 20s, and y'all was younger, right? But you know how when we was younger, it was like, oh, he screwed my best friend. Well, now I'm gonna go F his brother, cousin, uncle, and I ain't know my coochie ain't gonna be controlled because of something you did. I control my body. So no, I never. You want to do this? You want to go out in the street? If I don't want to go out in the street, why the hell am I gonna go out in the damn street? So once I realized that he was getting disrespectful, like you said, Coach Marshawn, he didn't come home. One night he came home at 7:30 in the morning. He came home and found that his key didn't work because I had the 24-hour locksmith lock his ass out. Oh no, he did come home that's when I beat him with a bat. But I was younger then. I was younger. You came home up in this door when the
V, are you listening to yourself?
I'm gonna tell you.
Are you listening Because we hear you. Do you hear you?
I'd rather
I
do
am not tit for tat, but I'm a lot to do. What are you talking about, V?
No, to me that's not tit for tat. I'm gonna tell you, because tit for tat would have been like, then the next night, then me and my booty in the street, and then we get. I said no, I'm not. I said no. I'm ending this. We're not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. So I said,
I'm calling shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans on
okay,
this.
to me, it ain't tit for tat.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It ain't tit for tat. To me, it's a. I responded with, I ain't putting up with this, and I was out. Like, you want to come home when the sun done beat your ass home, then you stay out in the street.
Play this for your coach.
Okay, Dr. L. Yes. What the heck?
I'm gonna have to scroll all the way down to find the comments, because
it's 40 minutes in. It's 40 minutes in. It's 40 minutes. 30. Start at 38 minutes.
Wait, I'd rather be tit for tat, V. Hold up. You talking about you didn't beat somebody with a bat and you changed the lock 24 hours? You don't think that's? For real, that's not tit for tat, for real.
It ain't tit for tat. For me, it's not. To me, I'm gonna just say, okay, Dr. L and Coach Marsh, in my opinion, it's not, because I will admit I reacted in a negative way, but tit for tat would have been, then the next night I stay out to the sun. Then he stay out to 6:30 or 7:30. Then the next night I'm gonna stay out to 10:30. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just stay out until 48 hours. And he ain't, to me, and I'm just like, I don't got that type of energy. I'm gonna just be done with your ass.
It seems like you do, because you had a lot of energy to change the locks and take up a baseball bat. You got a lot of energy there.
The only reason why I'm gonna tell you, the only reason why I picked up that bat, because when he came up to the house, he was like, I come home when I want to come home. And he came home not humble, not damn, it's 7:30.
And that deserves a baseball bat, V?
Damn right. Back in my early 30s, yes, I got a slick mouth and a quick temper. I'm not that person no more. I said I was gonna be transparent, unlike y'all beating around the bush and the rainbows and the leprechauns.
I told my stuff. I'm being respectful of my exes.
I'm being respectful too.
I'm talking about what I did. I'm talking about what I did. So you're not talking about what you talk about.
No, I did. I literally said.
You saying this, but you're saying it's not that, and I wasn't petty, and it wasn't tit for tat, and we're telling you that it was.
I didn't say it wasn't petty. I didn't say it wasn't petty. I just said the tit for tat. You do this, so y'all both admitted. You do this, then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna. You do. No, to me, tit for tat is I match what he did. He don't come home, I don't come home. He do this, he cheat, I cheat. Like, I'm not doing that. You want to do this, I'm out. And I may go
Marshawn
out
can't
with
even
a bang.
stop laughing.
That's okay. I may go out with a bang. I mean, don't let the light spin on here fool your ass. I got a temper, but I curtailed it. Like, so I'm not gonna say I fixed it. I don't allow people to push them buttons anymore. You're not gonna catch me doing any of that stuff. Nothing. But I had it in.
If you're not going to do it, or we're not going to catch you doing it. Which one?
Both. No. I don't do it anymore. That was my marriage. I have been in a relationship since then, and I can promise you that my last relationship, that man got the best version of V that anybody has ever seen. I may have raised my voice one time only because he was yelling at me. But and I was like, I'm not going to do this. Right. I didn't argue. I didn't disrespect. He never heard my slick mouth. I never was nothing. I'm not gonna say I was perfect. I could tell you the complaints, the feedback that I know, but the old V matured a lot from my marriage to the next relationship again, but it was 8 years in between.
Have you worked on your slick mouth overall, with not just with relationships, but as Marshawn was asking, in your job, with your coworkers?
Come on, of course, in my work. I work in corporate America, so of course.
She asked you that question before. You said I got a slick mouth.
Yeah, but come on now, but not in corporate. No, she asked, was it your girlfriends? And I said, my girlfriends know me, and they watching, right? They know me, so
Are you
I am
them?
I'm going to be very honest. right? But I'm not disrespectful. We may say things, but trust, that's what girls do. We be like, bitch, like, that's what Black women do with their girlfriends, right? We do typical girlfriend conversation, but can't nobody, all my girlfriends could tell you, I love hard. And they know that. I've been friends with my girlfriends for 40 years and I got 3 of them. And a lot of people can't say that. So if I was disrespectful, mean, or anything to them, would they still be my friends since I had ponytails? And I mean ponytails because my mama parted my damn hair ponytail. I got a permanent part in the middle of my head ponytail. No. So everybody, so if I, so yeah, I with my girlfriends, come on now. We girls.
Well, Mimi already vouched for you. She said definitely you got a slick mouth, but never disrespectful.
Thank you. I ain't disrespectful. No, there's a difference. There's a difference. And as a mom to 3 sons, and them having dated women with slick ass mouths, I could tell you that ain't me. Not like disrespectful. Again, you want to joke, women all say that's why your penis weak. Like every woman has said that to a man, right?
I have
never heard that.
No, I have not said that ever. No, damn. Not even joking. I have never said that.
You ain't never told a man.
I have not. No.
His sex was whack.
Mm-mm. I have not.
You okay? Are you a virgin?
No lie. Don't call me no lie, doggone.
There's a slick mouth. There it is.
Right, and you.
Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A.
Look. I'm just wondering, like, okay, well, you know what, Coach Marshall, maybe you the only woman in the world who has never told their man, that's why your sex whack, or something like, okay, never. I'm not saying every man, any man that you slept with.
It's always amazing that the sex is whack after the relationship's over.
You're right.
Now you're
we was faking it. We was faking it. We was faking it. I was putting on Oscar award winning performances. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, but that was not in my last relationship. I'm not gonna lie. Not in my last relationship. I'm saying my marriage. Yes, I was. I'm gonna get down to these comments because y'all trying to. Let me see. See what y'all say. I know y'all. I'm way behind on these. That's okay. I know Yoli girl. I appreciate girl, but hang in there with me. See, but you know what, Yoli? I want to say that I'm at least. I'm not disrespecting my exes. I ain't said their names, nothing. Right? Their identities are protected. Right? But I am being honest. Like, I did work on my mouth. I 120% did. Mimi could tell you. Mimi has known me since my mama did actually part my hair in 2 ponytails. So yes, I've worked on it. Okay. Rhonda says she's never said that to any man. Okay, well, you go, girl. Y'all go. I may have said it once.
Is that something
I said it one time. I ain't gonna lie.
Is that something that is taught that when maybe you're 13, 14, and as soon as your little aunties or something say, if man make you mad, you attack his manhood. Is that something that's taught? Or is just know to do it?
My mother's Chinese. My mama ain't never said nothing like that. So no, I'm gonna say no. I've never seen.
Well, how do you know? How do you know? Well, you never seen it, but maybe she said that to your dad.
No,
I mean, how do you know?
No, I know that. I know that. Okay. Like my
mother. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
No, I know, but my mother is very. No, my mother is first generation Chinese. My mother is very. I'm not gonna say stereotypical because I know y'all gonna be like, whatever you like. That's not my mother, okay? But my mother my mom does not have a slick mouth, not even close. Not even close.
How did you get okay, so how
my
did you
daddy
get that?
This is straight from my daddy.
Okay.
This is from the Black side of the family. This is from, yes, it is. It's not from my Chinese side. I inherited it from my father. Okay, the mouth and what else? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, Miles. He said the mouth and what else? The feedback I got. This is so minor, though. I feel like it's minor. Dr. L, you're a man. You tell me. In my last relationship, the feedback that I consistently got. Oh God, my son's here. Lord forget. And I hate to traumatize him. Like one time he came in the room and my boobie was out, and because he came in, I probably need to pay for his therapy sessions now. But he might hear this one. Two things. He said I didn't dress up enough.
Mm.
I didn't dress up enough.
Like around the house? Clarification, around the house or what?
Girl, to me, around the house and going, outside. But in my defense, I just felt like you didn't take me out enough. Right. He was like, but when you go out with your girlfriends, you look good. Like you're an attractive woman. You don't dress up enough. Right.
For
I
him.
said, okay, for him. Right. And I didn't wear lingerie to bed. Okay. I don't like lingerie. I'm not going to lie. I tried though. I want to say though, I did try. I bought some. I just felt like it was pointless because it was literally on for 2 seconds and it was gone. I'm like, but if I just come to bed naked, I'm already ready. So I didn't understand the point of lingerie. But as a man, I'm not a man. From talking to men, I have learned that it's just the visual representation of, but I didn't do it that often. I'm like, but I'm already naked. Like, I'm already primed and ready. Right. But that, and like I said, I didn't dress up enough is the other one. And yeah, and I look at Dr. L's face. I wasn't as physically active as he wanted. And let me just say in my defense, some days it was 3 times a day. And I'm sorry, it was a lot. Like
physically active, like as in you
actually
you're on top and okay, it's 2 seconds okay to get
no. Oh no, when I be on top, trust me, you can call me I was like the goddamn derby. Okay. I didn't have a problem with that, but some nights you just kind of want to go to sleep. I have to be honest. Some nights you just want to go to sleep. Some mornings you just want to wake up and go to the gym. You don't want to always and I'm like, okay. And then sometimes even waking me up in the middle of the night, like, Negro, I'm asleep 3 o'clock in the morning. Stuff like that. Right. So that was a complaint.
He had a lot of libido.
I told you I was being honest. Now, what did I do with that feedback? I will tell you, I got all the sweats that he hated since we are no longer together, y'all, I got rid of. I went out and bought a whole bunch of cute clothes, right? Yeah, we ain't together no more, but I said, okay, let me actually pay attention to the feedback because maybe, there's something there, right? I am an attractive woman, and he's right. Why I got to go out here and look like, I work outside digging the ditch, right? Why I got to look like that, right? So I said, I went out and bought a bunch of dresses. He don't see him, but I could tell you, boo, if you listening to me, other men out here appreciate it. You ain't, I'm just saying, I did invest.
There's that slickness. You can't help it, baby. You can't help it, honey.
It's like breathing. It's actually just inhale, exhale, and something comes out in my mouth. Just
dang it. I'm okay. That's the feedback I got. It like I said, it wasn't bad. I never argued. Not that arguing is bad. I feel like you need to have a conversation. I never was disrespectful in the mouth. Like I could have said so many things, but I didn't. I just waited till the slickness was out of my system, and
you waited till tonight.
That's right. I waited.
I'm gonna hit you on 10 years, so you just wait.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't say any. I didn't. I'm telling you, that man, and Mimi can vouch. Mimi, please tell them that man got the best version of V that any man has ever seen. Yeah, but 3 times a day. Who said that? 3 times a day is a bit much. Thank you. I saw that up there.
A few people.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have that. When you have a disconnect in libido and stuff. That's hard. I couldn't go 3 times a day. I mean, that's just wild. But the whole lingerie thing, I never liked that either. I never really asked other guys what they like, but I've never been into that. I would have just loved, hey, listen, go to bed naked. Yeah, listen, what are
See?
we wasting time for? Now I got to take
Thank
this off.
you.
So I didn't mind that. Dressing up, I definitely could see that depending on where we're going.
Okay.
I would, date nights and stuff, and you just get home from work and just, okay, I'm ready to go. Could you put on some heels? I mean,
Okay. But
because
you said a
we're
key
going
word
out
though.
places.
You said because you're going out places, right?
Okay,
You
I
took her
don't. He
out.
wanted you to just dress up around the house, have
Like
heels on around the house, or whatever.
not
turns him
heels
on.
around the house. Like if we're just going, I guess let's say we're going to just running errands. Just running errands. I'm not saying going out on a nice date. I didn't look like a bum going on a nice date. I'm talking about just running errands, like your everyday wear.
Yeah, I could see that to a certain extent, because when he's out, his eye's going to be attracted to different things.
Okay.
And if he sees a nice girl with a nice pair of jeans on and she's got nice heels on or whatever, he wants to look at his woman and see the same thing that's over there.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't
Okay.
see that, then you wonder why his eyes are roaming. Well, that's what attracts him. So keep his eyes focused on you. So I definitely could see his point in that. Yeah. I
Okay.
definitely see his point.
Okay. I hear you. And I respect it. I respect it.
That you
So
respect, but the slick mouth stuff is. Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying. See, no, I hear, like, I'm open to hearing other people's opinions. I heard your opinion, and I'm gonna tell you for real, the reason why I could not hear his feedback or his constant gripe about certain things, because I wasn't getting my needs met. And I tried, like I kept trying to meet the needs, but my basic ones were not getting met. It's hard to keep meeting some needs because eventually you're meeting them on an empty tank, right? And I tried, like, when I can't tell y'all, even the 3 times or 2 times a day, right? I legit was even still doing, but I'm like, but what about my emotional needs? What about me feeling validated and heard? And like, just the apologies was like, well, I'm sorry you took it that way. There was never any accountability. And eventually women are going to check out if they're never valued, like seen, valued, or anything. You're going to check out. There's no way that you can stay in a relationship where everything is your fault.
I think that's on both ends, men and women, because we all want to be seen, heard, loved, validated.
Yes.
So both sexes, the more that you get ignored after a while, you're not staying around to keep hearing the same story about everything is your fault. And like you said, the lack of accountability, that is something that a lot of us could really own and take ownership of, because it makes a huge difference in how I'm going to respond, and or if I'm continuing on with the conversation, let alone the relationship. Because after a while, you're talking to a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It gets tough. So yeah, and I just want to point out, Mimi, like she said, my mommy is very respectful. I just want to say that I am my daddy's daughter. She said she is her daddy's daughter. I admit it. Look like my daddy. Yes, I do. Okay, Shauna said it's called trying to son a grown man. Very disrespectful and condescending. Again, you can't say you have a slick, I guess, mouth, then try and dictate how people receive your words. I'm not okay. Yes, words can crush. We have to be. Yeah, I agree. That's why I never go for the jugular. And I feel like more women do this, and women got to stop. This is what my video I haven't released yet. I find, but men do it too, because I have experienced somebody with a disrespectful, like, they take something so close to you and they weaponize it. Like in your moment of vulnerability, you shared something, and then they get mad, and then they say, well, that's why you was molested as a child. And it's just like, huh?
Oh,
wow.
You legit, that was your go-to, but people do that. And what happens? You'll never open up again. I know I won't. I'm out. It's a deal breaker. I'm out. Like that's to me is not that's beyond a slick mouth. That's they don't love. I'm sorry, they don't love you if that's their go-to. Like they really legit trying to kill you with their tongue. I don't do that. Never. I ain't never done that. Okay.
That's not good.
Yep, that's right. Yep, 3 times a day. What the heck? How do you work? Exactly. Tired. tired. It wasn't 3 times all the time, but I could tell you, I can 100% tell you there was always I felt like the expectation was 2 all
Times
the
a
time.
day?
Morning, night, morning, night, morning, night. And then it's like, you don't even give me an opportunity to want it because I mean, as soon as and it's like,
I've personally, yeah, I was about to say I haven't experienced it. It's a lie, but I move forward. I do know that when I was in the situation, because now you just triggered me, because I was so into the guy. I basically we had a conversation to say I ain't gonna be into it every time. However, I am an open vessel for you to come. So this was husband number 1. I'm an open vessel, but I might not participate every single time because, like V saying, I'm tired. I also
nothing worse to me than just taking sex.
Wait, you just laying there?
Yeah, listen.
Starfishing?
Yeah, well, it would always start. Well, I ain't gonna say always, but it would start that way. During my tired times, it would totally start that way, and then after a while, I would be worked up and get into it. But in the beginning, I'm like, man, I'm tired. But it does become old because just like V said, especially if you're not a match in that area, I don't even want it. I don't even want to want it. You're not giving me time to even think about it because. Listen, you may have done your job and beat me up a little bit. So I might be sore. I ain't really trying to open up for you in that way again. Like, let me rest. Let my body rest. Let me recover.
Just took a
But how often was that though? Like, how often was the request?
Take a major turn, but I'm just saying, let me because so I'm actually jumping in here, even though this is V's issue or what's her issue, because I think that some men don't really hear it when we say it. It's just automatic, like, well, you're not giving me what I want, but also, can I heal? Can my body,
can the coochie heal?
Physically, yes, of course. Physically heal from the last time that you was in there trying to destroy or reach Mount Everest in my uterus. Like, come on, man. Like, let's just listen.
Let's take a break.
I'm just saying, sometimes men need to hear, especially if you're well endowed and or just know what you're doing in the bedroom and your libido is high and you want it all the time. All I'm saying is you have to not only think of yourself, because after a while it does become selfish, especially if you're having a conversation. If the two of you are grown enough to have the conversation to say, let's slow down for A, B, and C reasons, not because I don't want to give it to you.
But were there other ways to get him to arrive? I mean, why did it have to be vaginally? There's another.
You talking about this?
I'm trying to be. Yeah. Well, be slick mouth there. I mean, what is there?
This question ain't for me. So this is Coach Marshawn question. This ain't for me.
Is there? There's. I mean, you got your hand. You got 2 hands and a mouth.
Who the hell?
Possibly another.
Now you taking it real dark.
I'm just saying.
Doctor, no, and who's doing this? What are we? 16 years
old? but if you're saying it's sore and you're tired, why not just do something else? Give that a break, and then do something else to help him get there.
That's Coach Marshawn question. You go ahead, Coach.
What? This is my question?
Yeah, because I didn't say that. I didn't say my cootie coo. I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah, it was for you, Marshawn. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just want a clarification. That's fine. Here's the thing. I think you're missing the point that I just want to rest. It has nothing to do with me not wanting to get you there or that there are other ways to get you there. Can I just rest? I don't want to do it right now. Literally, I don't want to do it at all. Not with nobody. I just want to rest. That's it. So it's not about getting you off in another way. I don't want to do it. Period.
Okay. I want to just say to the comment right here, I'm enjoying this conversation, but I have to get ready to get on the road. Oh, yes. I want to, I'm so glad you were, Renfro 66. I'm so glad you were finally able to catch a live show. Okay. So be safe out there on them roads now. Hong Kong. Right. Be safe out there. Okay. So, I get it. Right. You know, the thing is, I know that there a lot of times, relationships break down because in men's perspective, the physical intimacy will wane, right? They want it more. And then women, they feel like sometimes they feel like then the women don't want it as often as them, right? And then for women, the relationship starts to disintegrate because we're not getting our emotional needs met. Like we're just like, we're getting depleted. And I've had sex therapists on my channel, and we talked about this. Now, one therapist, her opinion was that she has found that if people just give in to the physical intimacy, a lot of times she finds that the emotional intimacy will follow. Right. I thought about that when she said that, and I thought about it for my own situation, and I could sit here and tell you that was not the case. So
Yeah, I
eventually,
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't. I
no,
don't
go
think
ahead,
that that's
boo.
true. I don't think that's true either. I
Yeah,
think that
I
makes
didn't
it.
find that true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think he probably is just going to just keep doing what he's doing and not think that he needs to meet your emotional needs. But that's my opinion. So,
You know, and I think, and I'm gonna say in his defense, I think he tried, and you know, I think how, like you said, Coach Marshawn, like how we were raised, what we saw growing up matters. It teaches you how you communicate, right? How you give and receive feedback. You're watching your parents interact with each other, and of course you're going to mimic what you saw growing up. And in his defense, you know, it is what it is, right? I don't dislike him. I don't feel any negative way towards that. All I can say is I really gave it my best effort, and I mean that sincerely with everything in me. So, you know, and that's just that. Okay, I know I missed a whole lot of comments. Well, I know tired. Mimi said, Dr. L, tired is tired, and it is. Whether it's this, or you get tired. I
I
think
get that.
I think
I
this
get
gets
that.
tired first.
I was my response to that was because she said, "Can I heal from this?" That's what she said. So my point was, if that's
Mhm.
sore, then there's other mechanisms that you can do. That was my response. But if you're sleeping tired, I get that. I'm not saying push through that. I'm saying if it's I really want to accommodate you, but this is sore, then take other steps. That was my point.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, since you guys have been out of your relationships, what steps have you taken? You know, or any like any professional help? I know, Dr. L, you said you did go to therapy, right? So you went to therapy to work on your issues, correct?
I went twice actually. Yeah. Yeah.
And do you find for it to have been very helpful?
That's a good question. I just had this conversation the other day. To working on past issues that I had growing up, yes.
Okay.
Other issues, no. I went a number of times because I just had a lot of stuff going on that I thought was externally like jacked up. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't me, and it wasn't me. But I went anyway to really try to figure out and really had these conversations to try to work things out. But to answer your question, I think it can be, but you got to find the right therapist. And I
You're
don't I
right.
don't know. Yeah, I don't think I ever really had the right therapist. Yeah, so I'll leave it off there. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. I had a therapist years ago, and I didn't like her. Yeah, I didn't like her either. Like I said, I have had the same coach for almost 6 years, and she's wonderful. She's wonderful. Now, okay, so Coach Marshawn, what have you done to work on the issues that you talked about?
Just like Dr. L said, I did try therapy, didn't find the right one. I find, and I've actually had some coaching, not a whole lot, but I will say that for me, a lot of what I gain is from reading, because I'm a reader. So I read a whole lot of relationship related books and psychology books, and I practice what's in there. Oh, and digital courses as well. Yeah. What you saying? What you saying?
You laughing at the latest comment? What?
Lord, geez, Marcus. Anyway, listen, my bad. All I'm saying is I have done some work on me, but I haven't found the right person to help me specifically with therapy. So my mode of getting to the next level and trying to figure out after getting the feedback. Oh, let me back up, because I actually did have interviews, if you will, with several of my exes. So situationships as well as dating, relationships, and then obviously my marriage. So I've interviewed several of them to really figure out what was going right so I can continue to do that, and then what I was doing wrong, if you will, so I can stop doing those things and or replace them with better behaviors.
Okay, so Dr. L, you laughing at the well, tell me, what does this even mean? You got feet too.
You know what the hell that means.
What, somebody explain it to me. What are you doing with your feet? I know you ain't doing what you with feet. Some ashy dry feet.
Hopefully there's some lubricant. Dr. L, this your area. What am I doing? My bad.
Yes, Dr. L, what do people
Listen,
do
you
with
had the
feet?
demonstration going. I'm thinking, man, Marshawn knows. She knows what she's doing. Somebody has been there before. Somebody understands this technique very well.
I would not confirm on the law. All I'm saying is, this your question. My bad.
Somebody understands this question very well and has demonstrated it to a certain level. To a certain level of proficiency, that I think that we need some more demonstration here.
Yeah, because I'm confused. I'm like, what you gonna do with feet?
I had to put myself out there. Oh.
Yeah, you really put yourself out there with that one. Woo!
And she didn't raise her feet in the picture though. Those were your hands though.
What the heck?
I'm like, damn, you got your feet all the way up there. Okay.
There are some men who enjoy the pleasure of feet, well manicured, well lotioned, well cleaned feet doing the same functions as the hands. So that is the way that some men like. That is what some men like. Yes.
Are you some men? I'm just wondering.
Well, are you? I'm laughing, but I got my ears open.
Mm-hmm. You take a long time to answer that question.
I am open to a number of things that in the bedroom, and yes. I'm open to a number of things in the bedroom. We'll keep.
That's what we do.
Okay, that's fine. I guess I'm the. I just want to note for everybody or listening. I just want to note that I feel like I've been the most transparent. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I like a number of things in the bedroom.
I've never had it done, but I certainly would have it done. I mean, sometimes here's the thing, right? And this goes back to one of you were talking about stonewalling and shutting down, or maybe both of you were having that. A lot of times, what men in particularly when they're in marriages, are hesitant to ask for things, because if they ask for something and it's deemed weird, now the relationship can go off the rails, because I have to live with you now. So we don't, a lot of times people don't want to be judged. Men and women don't want to be judged. If the woman likes to be, I don't know, whatever, spit on, whatever, all this different stuff that's going on. Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing. If they like that and they say it, then everybody thinks that they're ill and nasty and stuff. But it's nothing wrong with saying that you own what you are, but you got to understand that there's repercussions that come with that may come with this, in particular in a marriage. So you can't just leave somebody. Oh, I don't like the way that you're in this thing now. And so sometimes they want other things. They want to slowly open the door to different things, both sides. But this is some of the things from a male perspective I'm trying to help you understand, is that this is why they don't ask for things. Sometimes they step out and all this other stuff because they're not getting their needs met at home because of this fear of judgment.
Okay, but isn't that a problem? I mean, when it comes to communicating, like if you can't, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like I mean, I'm supposed to be in a
You're
relationship with
supposed
you.
you're supposed to
I'm
be.
supposed to be able to
I'm
ask
supposed
you.
You're supposed to be. But if the answer is no, or it's weird, or why would you want that? And why would you want these sick fantasies? And where do you get this
Mm.
from? And how can you? It's a judgmental tone that comes. So that's why sometimes people want to have sex before marriage to figure all this out, right? Even though you didn't mean to, there was a little bit of shaming when I said that because of my religious beliefs, I end up getting married to not sin. So the way that you approach that it may not have been meant to be, but it comes off as a shaming thing. So a guy who says, I enjoy dominatrixes, and this is what I want my woman to do, and she says, oh, I'm not into that. Well, I mean, how do you navigate that, particularly if you want to talk about marriage? This guy is great for this guy from a woman's perspective is great to he's a great father, he's a great provider, he's got all these masculine qualities that I'm looking for, but now he wants me to use a strap on. I mean it's a
What do
conversation.
you?
It's a conversation that has to be had, but it's a delicate conversation, and you don't want to ruin the rest of the relationship over that type of thing.
Okay, so that's my question then. Would, if going into it, and y'all just aren't aligned in that area, is that a deal breaker?
That's a good question, and I think that would be something that you really have to have that conversation about, particularly as an older, mature man. I would have that conversation, and
Okay.
I probably today would not do that. But in my 30s, yeah, I'm not going to live the rest of my life, in this way. I actually released a video today about that. I think so. It's going to be released Friday, but it's on the members only can watch it now, about different things. Like, you don't want to live with, some ladies are saying that they don't want to live with subpar peen for the rest of their life. Everything else is great, but they don't want to live with subpar peen for the rest of their life. How do you navigate that? How do you really have that type of conversation? And again, everything else is great. Is it a deal breaker? I don't know. That's why I said, again, I don't really believe that sex, the only thing that makes sex bad is when there's a no and an unwillingness to cooperate. That's what makes sex bad to me. So if I wanted feet massages, if I wanted that, and you were like, oh, what's wrong? They're nasty, crusty feet. I don't like that. Okay, then how do you is that something somebody has to have for the rest of their life, or they just go get a massage from somebody else behind your back? I don't know.
Well, see, that's why, and we had this conversation before. That's why I firmly believe in having these conversations early. Because if I know that it's something that, let's say it's a requirement, it's not, let's say it's a requirement for you, right? Okay, I need you to, come in this room in a Batman costume once a week, or Batgirl, not Batman, Batgirl costume once a week. I need you to maybe tie me up like the Joker or whatever, and then I need you to spank me 10 times a night. Like, I'm gonna need you to do that once
Your
a week. And
sound
I'd
went
be
out.
like, oh, you can't hear me?
No, your sound went out.
Can you hear me, Coach Marshawn?
Yeah, just fine.
Okay, you can hear me.
I can't hear you.
Maybe your headphones thing died. You can hear me, Coach Marshawn, right?
Yeah, both of you.
Okay, so maybe his. Can
you hear me, Dr. L?
No.
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
You can hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, no worries. So if somebody says that, my first question would be, is this a need? Is this a requirement? Or is this something that you like to have on occasion, right? If it is a requirement and they say, no, I absolutely need this, I'd rather know that today before I invest 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? Why would we invest time? That's why I believe people need to have those conversations around intimacy a lot earlier than we do, and people need to be open and honest about it. If it's a need, why are we wasting time? That's why I'm like, no, I have conversations up front because I know what's a deal breaker for me, right? And I'd rather know, like, if it's an absolute requirement of mine, and I know you don't participate in it, we can just cease this right now. Ain't no need to go any further.
If it's a requirement of yours, what if it's a requirement of his? He wants you to give him a massage, and you can't meet it. Right?
Or just don't want to meet it,
or just don't want to.
I think it depends. There's a level of compromise. Feet, hey, that ain't that bad, right? I just had to file the corns off my toes, and I'd have to just get
Look at
acrobatic and get
Mashawn.
my feet
Mashawn
up.
knows. Mashawn knows exactly the technique. She is demonstrating the technique to
I know.
perfection. I see you, Mashawn.
Oh,
Jeez.
I'm just like, okay. Some things though, Coach, and Dr. L, like it's like some things you're gonna have to compromise on, right? But let's say something like, okay, well, no, V, we as a married couple, we need to bring Betty Boo in this bedroom at least once a month because we got to have threesomes. Oh, Negro Ninja, I'm out. Like, there's some things I'm not going to do, and that's one of them.
But
Gotcha.
I think that's the reason why you are able to walk away so quickly, because you know what you want. You're clear on what you are willing to accept and not accept. And that's a thing that a lot of people are not clear on. Some people are willing to go that extra distance to try, right? Because we have people that just want to try some things. You try it and then I'm not into it, right? But then there are others that go along with it to try to keep this person knowing that they're not really into that very thing. So I do believe that there is some compromise that has to occur.
Yeah.
But then also knowing what you need and don't need. Like you said, is this a need? And I think that that's a very honest and mature thing to do, to have these difficult conversations early on. And if they look at you weird now, trust me, in 10 years, they still gonna be looking at you weird. So just move it along faster than wasting a lot of time, energy, and effort. And as far as the technique, let me just go on in here, okay?
It was demonstrated very well. I'm going to say it was definitely demonstrated.
So I know that, don't be DMing me. I've never done the technique. However,
I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe it either.
It doesn't matter about y'all belief. It doesn't matter what I'm saying, because this is me, my life and my mouth. But no, I've actually seen it watching porn. So I've actually seen it, but I haven't demonstrated personally. It wasn't ever a request from me. But
that's in videos.
Yeah, Dr. L, whatever. Yes, V, it is in videos. You know, you can say whatever.
NW said, I'm with me and Dr. L looking the same way as this emoji they got up here.
Baby. That's okay. I know.
I used to have the SpongeBob emoji. I don't believe that.
It's okay. You don't have to. I'm totally fine with you not ever believing it. I know the technique and I probably can do it, but I have never done it. Okay.
Well, you the one that saw the video. I just want to throw that. I ain't never seen it though.
She said she saw the videos.
Videos.
Damn. You need to click off.
Garrett said chat be wild and slick mouth man was a horse. What in the world? And High Vibe says, yeah, V wants you to cite your source.
No.
Girl,
no.
I'm sure it's got
videos
with 3 letters.
Don't worry about it.
Because Dr. L want to do some research.
Probably check her. Oh, I've done the research. I it's probably I've done the research.
I'm telling y'all.
I did the research. Oh,
Dr. L do want it done. So those ladies that are listening, Dr. L want it done.
Dr. L, so how you think I got this PhD? That's right. You
know
how to study.
About research. It's all about
right.
research.
You know how to study. I ain't mad at it. I wanna go on the record and say I ain't never seen it. Okay, so I ain't never seen it. So which is I find, but then again, I don't watch extracurricular activity movies. I don't. I know. Ain't she boring? Yes.
Tomato. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I know you don't have this up there, but Garrett, they're X-rated. Okay, they're not E for everyone. They're X-rated.
Garrett. Just in case my daddy's watching, I would like to just point out that I've only had sex 3 times, and each time has produced a child.
You're about.
I just want to throw that out there, and I just want to.
You said you were doing it 3 times a day, V.
We were going
in the video.
We were going jogging. 3 times a day.
Oh, going jogging.
What about transparency? What happened? I'm being transparent now. What happened? Now you talking about that.
I'm the only one that's being transparent on here. I just want to go on record. I'm the only one being transparent on here.
That's right.
As a brick
I was
wall.
the only one. That's right. I was the only one. That's right. Garrett said be covering her tracks. Yes, I am. No, I was being very transparent. So I asked y'all the lessons learned and have y'all applied it, right? What did I ask y'all? Have y'all applied it? Coach Marshawn, let's start with you. Have you applied the feedback that you got? Have you applied it to your current and will you apply it to your future relationships?
Absolutely. Because I noticed that whenever I would apply what was mentioned or complained about, unfortunately, the person that complained to me about it didn't receive those fruits because it was during my interviewing process with me speaking to my exes and situationships and ex-husband and really getting the feedback. So those people that gave me the feedback has not seen or experienced that Marshawn that's now more mature, able to handle no, able to allow you to, and I'm saying allow loosely because you do what you want to do. We're all adults, but go out with your friends and not take me along. Those things, it was just literally a matter
Yeah.
of me honestly practicing doing something else, starting to take care of myself, building my own life, and focusing more on myself versus can I go with you? Can I just be a part? Oh my God, I'm like a lost puppy. I don't know who I am. So I just really had to take hold of who I actually am and really own my energy for sure. Because a lot of
Okay.
that was my insecurities for sure bubbling up and coming out.
Yeah.
And I just had to realize whatever he's going to do out of your sight, out of your presence, he's going to do it. And hell, some of them might do it in your presence, Marshawn. So you have to get right and good with
Hmm.
yourself. You have to honor who you are. You have to know who you are, know what you want, know what you need. And if they're not giving it to you, then you act accordingly. But you don't have to,
Hmm.
take away or try to take away or even try to control somebody. Because at the end of the day, we can't control nobody but ourselves anyway.
Nope. Sure can't. They gonna do what they gonna do regardless. Y'all could be babysitting to do. Then I saw an article, or not an article, but like something that said this woman requires her, not woman, this little big girl requires her man to be on FaceTime the whole time while he's working. I
Mm-mm.
saw that. This was a while ago. I saw that. I said, who the hell got the energy to do that?
Mm-mm. I'm mad
Highly
he
insecure people.
participating. I'm mad he participating too. Like
I
that's too much.
That'd be a huge red flag. I would tell my sons, you better run from that bitch. Okay. Dr. L. Dr. L, the feedback that you got, or the self-discovery, because it sounds more like a self-discovery on your part, like things that you realize that were not going well. How do you feel like, with that information? I mean, do you think that your next relationship will be your, the end all be all? Like I'm gonna do it right this time.
Yeah, I think my next relationship will, I'm hoping will be my last relationship. Um yeah, so the mature just growing up, maturing, definitely there was a lot of things that I had to, do some self discovery about. One thing that I found out about being back out here in these streets here is
Mm.
apparently I can be a little intimidating. So I'm working on that. I don't know
What
if
is that?
it's
What intimidating how?
yeah, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't really know, but I think that maybe some people are just intimidated by whether my educational accomplishments or because I was a former cop. I've so I'm those are things that I'm trying to work on. I don't know if I speak in a certain way that is intimidating. I don't know, but that's a discovery that I'm also on a journey of figuring out right now. So
Okay. Garrett said it's like Pandora's box in here. Cat's out of the bag. Yep. I hear you. Um, well, I can sit here and say that I absolutely I took the feedback, and like I said, I said, okay, let me upgrade my closet. Let me go out here. I hear what you said, Dr. L, about going out with your person, and then yeah, you want eyes on you. And I know men want to know that they have a good looking woman on their side, right? Because I believe
mm,
that men also like, walking, you see other men looking at your woman, you want to feel a little pride. So I get that. And that's a lesson that I have learned, right? And because I was like, okay, V, damn it, girl, you're not, you got to stop going out here looking like you going to war, right? So I have taken the feedback, and Mimi will tell you, like she knows, like I've been making sure that I am looking like a lady when I walk outside. So I mean, I'm gonna say 80%. I'm gonna say from when I was doing it, when I was in a relationship to now, oh, I would say I've increased it by 80%. And that's a big improvement. That's a big improvement. So kudos to me. Kudos.
Wait, you have increased what by 80%?
The times that I actually leave the house or leave the gym and actually put on clothes. And when I say clothes, I mean like, actual, whether it's a summer dress or and every time I've gone to my parents' house, I would usually pack like t-shirts because I will always go to the gym. I like to work out, right? And so I would always just have t-shirts and sweats. Sometimes I'll wear them, the same sweats. My parents can attest, every time I go down there, I have brought a dress. I have worn a dress, a summer dress, every single time, every day. So I took the feedback.
I can remember, that whole dressing up thing. Like I used to bug my ex about that, and after a while, I just stopped. We just go to movies. It's just whatever. I just.
What would she wear to the movies?
Just
what
jeans and flats, or and just. And then one time she bought these hideous shoes. I just couldn't stand them. I used to try to hide them, because I am very much a foot connoisseur. So your toes got to your toes got to be looking good. Your toes got to be looking good.
Sense.
Your toes got to be looking good. So and if I don't like the shoes, I don't like them. Like, don't wear those. So yeah.
What was ugly about it? They just a bunch of colors. They look like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, the shoes that they was trying to recover back.
Those they were like hippie shoes with the straps over the top. I can't really describe them, but I don't know. They just didn't look good. They weren't very visually appealing. So after a while, you just kind of just give up, just like, oh, all right, whatever. So, and I didn't want to be that way, but this relationship is winding down. So it's like, why am I going to continue to fight about something I told you about when we first got together? Why are we still fighting about that? So, yeah.
Okay. Well, but you know what? Like I said, it is even at my ripe age of, I turned 50 literally in just a few more months, and grandmother to two over here. So I'm a learning, I feel like I'm a work in progress. And I feel like as you're supposed to be, we want to be with people who have growth mind, trying to improve themselves. Right. And so, yeah, take the feedback. And I think everything on this show today, it's just ain't none of us perfect. Right. Whatever feedback that you get, the ideal, I'm a put something up here so cover your hand. You raise that hand one more time. You ain't perfect. Right. You was speaking around the bush today. Well, out of respect for my exes, I was perfect and some of them were not. Okay. I'm just saying I felt like I was it. I'm gonna just say I was the transparent one. Let it be known. Yeah, go on record. But I think
hold on. Mimi put in here Birkenstocks. Yes, they were some of those Birkenstocks with the strap over them. I can't put it up on the screen here, but yeah.
Oh, with the hard sole.
Oh, hold on.
The hard soles. That's what you're talking about. I had in my mind like some Velcro shoes. That's what I had in my mind, like some. With when you was a kid, your mama put you in some Velcro shoes so you didn't have to tie them.
Why is
so it's not that?
I don't know. It's okay. Here it is. These.
Hold on. Do I have to add it to the stage?
I think
you have to add it. Yeah. Those. I just.
The Jesus shoe.
Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Wait.
How am I gonna get aroused looking at this? This is crazy.
Mimi, I said it too. Jesus shoes. Exactly.
Well, I mean, some people, I'm gonna say let her remain nameless unless she wants to call herself out. Some people wear these all the time. That's all I'm saying. Some people wear them because they're supposed to be stable shoes. Dr. L, what if you was just saying you was a feet connoisseur, but people have to take care of their feet. She was taking care of her feet. They're stable. They're hard bottom.
They're hideous. They're hideous.
Okay. I'm not look, I don't got a pair. I'm just, I don't have a pair, but I got some shoes that are straight from Temu. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, shoot, they the memes they talk about You go flying out the country and you sitting in business class with a $12 outfit. You ain't lying. That's me all day, every day. Y'all can sit back there if you want. I'm gonna sit here in business class with my Temu outfit from head to toe, Shein and whatever else. I don't waste money on. I'm not a name brand chick. I'll go to China and I get that mess right off the rack. Y'all go ahead spend them prices. I do not. See, Mimi said I didn't want to call her out, but what'd she say? Best shoes ever.
Garrett said, "Do Crocs work?" I don't mind Crocs. I mean, depending on what we're doing, where we're going. But if we're going out on a date, don't put those shoes on.
But if you going to the movies, you act like a movie. Y'all going to see He-Man. I went no damn He-Man. When the last time He-Man been out? Shit. Superman.
This is
Superman out, y'all.
This is the disconnect here. I want my woman to look good. There's gonna be other ladies in the movie on a Friday night, Saturday night. We going to the movies. There's gonna be other ladies in there with nice dresses on or with tight jeans on, and they got their toes out. There's high heels and stuff. And here you come in here looking like we about to play a kickball game. I mean, what is going on here? Why is this even why is this a conversation? I don't understand that.
Okay. Look, like I said, this is a lesson learned. I don't have Birkenstocks, but you're right. Lesson learned. I hear you. So now look, I'm literally and I mean my hair is big and frizzy today. But I'm going out here more with makeup. My hair, I got a lot of hair, so I'm combing. I'm not that I wasn't combing my hair, but I am going outside looking like a lady now. I am. I hear you. Well noticed. So women, make sure y'all going to the movies. You heard Dr. L. He said, leave them damn Birkenstocks at home, right? Look nice.
No, leave them in the store. That's what I'm saying.
Don't even buy
them. Let's get this right here. Leave them on the rack where you found them.
Miles said we ain't trying to date Peppermint Patty.
Exactly. Calling me Chuck.
Wait, hold on. No, let me ask though. For like, are you, when you go out with your woman to the movies, are you looking and smelling good too? Or you got on the outfit, where the windbreaker clothes and they make noise because you walking like, I mean, are you?
Well, it ain't 1995. I mean,
not the windbreaker.
Listen, I dress. First of all, in all honesty, and this could be something the men got to pay attention to. I just think it's different. Now, I personally take pride in the way I look at all times. So even if I have a jumpsuit on, it's gonna be nice jumpsuit, nice fresh kicks on, all that. So that, and I'm not saying it's okay not to be dressed down. Like if I got a sweatsuit on, you put on a cute sweatsuit and some shoes and some sneakers. Or whatever, or some nice open-toed shoes or whatever, however you all dress. I'm just saying look presentable and look nice. And those shoes ain't it. And dressing as if you don't care ain't it. But if if you want to, got a jumpsuit on, you gotta have a nice cute dress jumpsuit on as well. You don't have to, I'm not saying you have to be glammed up at all times. I get, we just go in the movies, we gonna come home and touch each other. Okay, we'll just go do that.
Can we wear matching sweatsuits? What if we wear matching sweatsuits?
I actually like that. I don't have a problem with that.
I just feel like that's some old folk stuff. That's from 1982.
Well,
I ain't doing that.
V.
What? You trying to say I'm old?
V.
Older. I'm sure. I ain't that damn old. I'm gonna go out here with a matching windbreaker on. I'm sorry.
I didn't say windbreaker. You keep saying it's like 1989. This ain't Jump Street. I didn't say that. They got this matching the nice. What if you don't want to do that? That's fine. But just something cute. If you're gonna do it, just be cute. And if I say it's not cute, I'll be in the car while you change. Just understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, so you gonna tell her I'm not feeling that outfit. So baby girl, can you put something on? Now, will you go buy her some clothes? Something like, hey, I like this. I bought this for you.
I'm not good at that type of thing as far as, because I probably get the size wrong and stuff.
Okay.
But she, not that I would go shopping with her, but send me a picture of it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. That's fine. Yeah, I would try to
Okay.
participate as much as possible. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but definitely.
Okay.
Some Birkenstocks.
Garrett he said he's with you. He said get them heels on. Okay. I
Absolutely.
mean,
Listen, if you forget everything else I said tonight.
okay.
Get the heels on. Period. If you want to learn anything,
What about the kitty heels? What about the little heels that people wear to church? What about the half-inch heels?
Nope. I don't mind wedges. You have a wedge on,
Okay.
or wedges, or I mean, if we're going to the movies or something simple, just put a wedge on. You don't have to be, some 3, 4, or 5 inch stilettos. I'm not asking for that, but just little wedge on, little open toe, 3 toes showing wedge. Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Marshawn knows about that. Marshawn knows about that. She sees them in the movie, in the movies that she watches. Those movies that she watches.
Well,
she knows all about that.
But anywho,
I don't watch the movies where they don't have heels on. There's no heels in this movie.
Well, we two different people. I'm not looking for her. Like, I'm not checking for her like you are. So, okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay. I think Coach Marshawn, she know, but it's okay, girl. You ain't got to admit. Like, I put my stuff on blast, but but it's all good. It's all good. Mimi want to know, Dr. L, do you wear white ankle socks?
I wear no show socks. Summertime, no show socks. So that's what I wear.
Okay.
I guess it was a shot, right? Is that ankle socks? Is that so?
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but no, no show socks. So.
Okay, no show socks. Some women don't take much to look cute. Who wears heels to the movies? I agree. I'm gonna tell you right now.
The woman that's going on a date with me, that's who's wearing heels. But go ahead.
Okay. I just think, you got it. But the thing with the heels, I'm going to just tell you, when you're walking in a movie, a lot of times those floors are sticky and slippery because people got their greasy popcorn on the floor. I'm just saying.
So wear the wedge. So wear the wedge. Or I said you can dress down, have whatever, it's jeans or sweatsuit, and just wear a nice, cute sneakers. I'm good with that.
Okay, cute sneakers. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say in the ladies' defense, I feel like we would really, dress up, look nice if y'all actually take us some damn where. The movies ain't worthy of me coming out like, bam, they look good. The movies, I want to go to movies, and I hear you. I'm a look nicer when I go, to the movies, right? But if you want to see that fire and desire, like if you want to see that, like, take me somewhere nice so I can put the makeup on. We got to keep dating each other. I don't want to just go to the same 2 restaurants we go to. 3.
I do all that. I do comedy shows, plays, events. I do all that. So I do all that. So yeah.
Okay. Let's see what Garrett. Let's see.
I just gotta stop intimidating people, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, stop yelling at them. Maybe you saying stuff. You scaring these women on the dates. We don't know what you're doing. I think we should attach a camera. Whatever happened to the elegance of the 1920s? Now it's acceptable to walk half naked in Walmart smelling like leftover taco. Don't nobody smell like leftover Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, Garrett.
First of all, you messed up when you said Walmart. Don't go to Walmart. I'm telling you right now, I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to Target either after all that stuff. I'm just shopping. I'm Temu. Temu don't fail me.
Look at Gina from Martin. Is that pointy embellished flats or 3-inch heels is manageable, ladies?
Where you at, honey? You in one of the comments?
It's way down at the bottom here.
Yeah,
okay, y'all. I'm way behind. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay.
Flats.
But if they're nice flats, if they're cute flats.
Are there cute flats? Are there?
Yes.
Are there?
But okay, so
yes.
You're missing it though. We can move past this because Doc said that he's a foot person. So if you're a foot person, it don't matter what you say. He want to see them heels. He want to see them toes. He want to see them manicured. So he can do some things later.
Look at that technique. That's the 3rd time you demonstrated that technique. third time. You know what you're doing.
She watched
You
them
know what
damn
you're doing.
movies all the time.
She was taking notes.
I'm feeding into what you think I've done anyway. So why not just go there since I've already started?
But hold on now, a foot connoisseur, does that mean, and excuse my lack of knowledge, because I ain't no damn foot connoisseur, does that mean that you pay attention to the actual feet or the shoes on the feet? Do you need to see the toes? Okay, so you care about the shoes.
No. The toes have to look good outside the shoes. I mean, yeah. But
okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, a nice pair of shoes is going to accentuate the toes, right? Or the feet. Yeah.
See, Room Belly said, yes, I'm telling you, the movie floors are a bit nasty. Yes, Garrett. Here, Garrett. These movies ain't good enough. Come on now. People used to dress up and go to the movies. Okay, and getting on planes, walking outside. Let me tell you something. You're right. And that was when the movies were in black and white, to when they made them special. And then we used to have to sit at the top balcony. And now top balcony costs a whole lot of money. Yeah, yes, people would really dress up. But today, like, people don't respect the movies as, you know that they did. I just feel like it's kind of dirty.
It's not respect. Well, I try to go to nicer movie theaters, number one. And number two, it's not respecting the movie theater itself. I think it's about respecting your mate. And if you know that this is what keeps that animal magnetism going towards you, then I think that you would do that.
Okay. And Chris said, take her to church and sing praises to the Lord. You did that before you married your second wife. You did that, Dr. L.
I did that before I married both wives. Yeah. And look at that. So, yeah.
Don't do that,
Dr. One of them was 8. I know. Don't do that. No. Don't do that. You was married 18 years. Don't do that. That was not a prison sentence. You was married 18 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not bringing the next one to church and singing praises. That's my point. I'm not sure what you guys heard. But.
Okay, you're not okay. Well, I don't know why not. Okay. Jen Will said, Gary, I understand, but women have been uncomfortable for years to look pretty. Amen to that, girl. You can still look good dressing comfortably. Yes, I come correct and respectful every time I step out of my door. Okay, Jen, that's right. Yes, beauty. I got these red bottoms, and they are the most uncomfortable shoe that I've ever. I mean, you might as well be walking on your toenails. They are extremely uncomfortable. I don't know how women walk in red bottoms. Y'all have only seen them on me in a picture. And I had to put them on after I sat my ass down to take the picture, because you're literally walking just on this part, and it's painful. So yeah,
I heard that about red bottoms. Yeah,
I'm like, who the hell? And
I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't want that.
Hair keeps getting.
That's why I said a nice pair of wedges or something. I mean, yeah. I'm not asking for 4-inch heels. I'm not asking for that. I'm not.
Look at Cynthia. Cynthia Rivers said, "What about a sundress and cute flats?"
He's not into flats. Y'all not listening.
You gotta. I'd have to see the flats. Now, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm telling you, my email is gonna be full of pictures of flats. Are these okay? These okay?
You brought it up. We women want to know. We want to come correct. If this is a problem that we women are committing this issue, then tell us.
I think, I think the comfort is a problem. Both parties start to get comfortable in the marriage, and you have to, as you said, you got to keep dating each other. And what it took before is probably going to take that, and probably a little bit more later on. So if you start off, I'm dressing up, I want to be excited for this guy, and then you get married, and 2-3 years into that, you start having kids. But now year 10, 15, you go, oh, F it. I'm just going out the house, and I'm just going to have these Birkenstocks on or whatever. I can't figure out why your man is stepping out or watching funny movies all the time.
He's stepping out of some damn Birkenstocks.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
I hear you. Okay, Garrett
says he's stepping out because he's unattractive. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Garrett said we ain't looking at them the same in sackcloth. What the hell is a sackcloth? What the hell is a sackcloth? Y'all coming up with terms and I don't know what y'all talking about.
That's a biblical term because I grew up in church. A sackcloth. It's a biblical term.
Okay, so I can only imagine what that looks like. Okay. Well, and all jokes aside, I do hear you. And like I did take the feedback for real, for real. Like since then I've been on dates and I've looked yummy, edible,
Did they
I
tell you
have
that,
been.
or you saying that? Did they tell you that you look
Yeah,
yummy?
like girl, and then he said, he likes perfume, right? And so those who have been around me can tell you, I get stopped all the time. Not, but they don't know me. They be like, "What are you wearing?" Some men chased me down a couple of weeks ago. He was like, "You're leaving a scent trail, and you smell so good." So I legit have been paying attention. But see, I never really wore perfume because I have curly hair, and if anybody knows curly hair, it always has a scent because of the hair products, right? So I never really had to, but point taken. I've invested in some damn nice, long smelling body oil. So yes, the men told me on my dates, you smell good and you look nice. So
Mhm.
yeah,
What's your face for, Doc? What's happening?
yeah.
I
Why
just,
you
I just,
can't believe
I
that?
just, I just thought that was automatic, right? To smell good. I just
I
thought that
never
was
really
automatic.
wore perfume. I never really had to wear perfume because people always can smell my hair. But I guess him being around me all the time, maybe he just couldn't smell the hair anymore, and he just maybe it was too faint. But I've always gotten compliments of what's that you're wearing. I'd be like, it's my hair. But I heard you. I went out and bought some damn body oil. Shit. One time I was even wearing the shit to bed. I must have got some cheap stuff. I went to bed, had damn migraine. I had to get up and take a damn shower and wash that because that scent literally gave me a migraine. Right. So see, I'm telling you, I took the feedback and I did try, even when it was sacrificing my health. I did. Okay, Garrett said yes. Burlap sack. I hear you, Garrett. And that's exactly what I saw. And Garrett, I know y'all don't want that. I think women, when we go out, we're looking nice for other women. We're not looking nice for you. So he would say, well, when you go out with your girls, you look good. Well, that's because we're going out and we collectively are looking good and we're going places that actually, where there's eyes there. We're going outside, we're going to nice places. You take me to Cava, I'm supposed to dress up and go to damn Cava and Meza and I don't eat a Taco Bell, but I will eat that. Look, I got Cava right here. I ain't get to eat yet. See? Okay, like I ain't even ate my dinner yet. So I will get Cava in a second. I'm not gonna dress up.
What's okay?
You're not convinced.
But I'm like I
I'm
said,
con- I,
Doctor, I'm
I'm
trying.
convinced. I'm convinced that this is part of the problems that men are having with their women. That's what I'm convinced about.
That we are not doing what y'all want when it comes to dressing up.
And probably other things.
Okay.
That's what I'm convinced about.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, all we can do is try. Try. Maybe we can try again. Maybe that's all we can do. I'll bust
Is
out a
that a
song in a
song?
second. Yes. You told me you need it. You don't know that song? More
I
walks,
don't
more
know.
talks, more feeling. Oh my gosh. Who
I
sang
don't know.
that? You know, who knows that song?
If
Are y'all serious?
it's not a '90s rap song, I don't know what it is. So I don't know.
What the?
Oh my gosh. Because of copyright issues, I can't, I ain't gonna play
Yeah,
it, but
don't play it. Don't play it.
it's called, hold on, it's called you. Maybe we could try again, right?
You can do like 3 seconds, and then you shouldn't have
Okay.
a problem.
Let me see if
No,
I can get it.
hold on. Don't get us all demonetized now here.
Okay. See, we can't do it. Yeah, I
Anyway,
think you
okay,
can only play like 3 seconds, but y'all, it's from it's called
Yoli
Try
got your back.
Again.
Try again.
Yoli, she knows. See,
Yeah,
thank
Yoli know.
you. Y'all don't know
On
music.
Nicole
See?
said, "Great song." Okay, I did.
Thank you. And I'm gonna just also point this out. I just want to point this out. I'm the half Chinese one, okay? And that's all I'm gonna just say.
What does that mean, though?
That mean, how do I know music? Music.
Wow,
And
shout
my
out.
mama grew up listening to Hong Kong cheese. How do I know Black American music? That's all I'm saying.
Wow,
Because
shout
what
You're
from my
half
dad?
black. You're half black. I mean,
That's right. I mean, I grew up in Southeast DC. So, okay, yeah, you know what it is? Okay, she got Jeffrey Osborne. Now, the group is called Champagne. Was he the lead singer in Champagne? I don't know. Okay. So anyway, the thing is, we're gonna wrap it up with this. Always look presentable. You never know. And girl, Cynthia, I'm gonna tell you, that is one thing. You're right. Because you never, I have run into some fine men, some fine men. And yes, and I have now fully been prepared to feel confident and be like, oh my God, he fine. Well, let me go on and introduce myself or say hi or wave and start a conversation because I feel like I look good. So look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me ask, you guys want to wrap up with anything? Any comments? Dr. L, what have you learned? Or Coach Marshawn, anything that you'd like to mention?
Who you want to go first?
Coach Marshawn.
Uh, based off of this conversation, really trying to pay attention to what your partner has been mentioning to you. We already know intellectually that none are perfect, but when we are in our relationships and in our marriages, we think, stop it. we believe we can really believe that the other person is trying to hurt us on purpose. And some may, but a lot of times we just don't know. Right. So really taking the time to have those deeper conversations early on. Try not to look at your partner, especially if you're talking about taking the long road with them. Try not to look at your partner and or say anything or make them feel a certain type of way where they want to shut down and not allow you into their secret world, if you will. And I honestly, I have to agree with Dr. L, which is why some of the reason why some people step out, because we're hearing what we want to hear. We're doing what we want to do. And if we're saying that we're in partnerships, then we have to be partners and not just be one-sided. So I think a lot of it is really taking ownership and accountability, but really listening to what your partner is saying. And if you don't understand what they're saying, because they keep repeating the same thing over to you, you're obviously not getting it. So another conversation or conversations need to continue to happen so you can get a better understanding. Because when you go to your partner or when your partner comes to you, they still may not be able to describe what it is they really want, because in that moment they may be frustrated. But being able to come back to the conversation later on, maybe they have a better way to actually verbalize what it is that they're truly wanting you to get, because there was a disconnect, which is why some of the reasons, or could be, I should say, could be some of the reasons why you're repeating the same thing, the same bad habits in their eyes, if you will.
Okay. Garrett has a question here. I just want to answer real quick. B, so what about all these singles events worldwide where women dress up looking fine, but no men show up? Okay. And they're really dressing up for the other women then. No, if they're going out to meet other men, I mean, they're going out to play up their best features to attract men, right? Yes, I'm talking about girl nights out, right? Yes, we are looking good. Absolutely. But yeah, these singles events, and hopefully men are showing up, right? And there are more single men than there are single women. Y'all don't want to believe me, but the data suggests it. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Not Essence, Ebony or Essence released some data that came out. Was it in April? I don't know, but it was this year. So look it up. Okay. More Black women have been married. If we're talking about Black relationships, more Black women have been married than Black men. So yes. But anyways, we don't want to talk about men not putting themselves out there to either get coaching, but I know I have coached Black men, so I know there are a lot of Black men who do get coaching. But absolutely right. But going out to these singles events, y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. Get outside and meet people. I feel like the dating apps is not where it's at. Yeah, it opens the door for you to meet more people, but the same people that you would be swiping left on, you probably wouldn't swipe left on them in person. Right. Because you gotta feel their energy. And I married my ex-husband. I'm telling you right now, if I met him on a dating app, I'd have swiped left so damn fast, because he's not the most physically appealing, but his personality, he was real cool. And I really enjoyed this person. So, get outside, y'all. Anyway, Dr. L. Oh, go ahead.
Really quickly on this singles events worldwide. I actually have a client that met her guy at a singles event. They were anyway, They were there, they met each other, began a relationship after a period of time. So, as V saying, get out the house. Just put yourself out there. Just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that wasn't the first thing that she wanted to do at all. But through our conversation and coaching, she decided to go put herself out there, and that was the result.
Yeah, again, I'm telling you right now, every time I step outside, I meet somebody. I do I'm telling you right now, I go outside and, I don't know if Mimi's still watching, but she can attest to that. I meet people. Like, so when people say, I don't know where to go, V, I'm like, well, where are you going? Nowhere. Well, what the hell who you gonna meet? So you do like it's not, I feel like it's not that hard. It really isn't. It really isn't. But anyway, okay, Dr. L, what would you like to say, boo?
First, thanks for having me. It was a great conversation. I had a lot of laughs. Thank you so much. Can't wait to do it again. I learned that Marshawn watches funny movies.
You too, though. You admitted it too.
I can't deal with you. I can't deal.
You admitted it. You admitted it, Doctor. Both y'all do.
I'm talking about what I learned. I knew that about me. I didn't know that about Anita's gonna text me tonight. She's gonna text me tonight. Anyway, yeah, I think that we got to do the work in order to be the best versions of ourselves. Listen to the feedback, and really be willing to grow. And I appreciate what Marshawn said about listening to your partner. And you got to listen to your partner, and what it takes to get that partner is probably what it's going to take to maintain them, and probably a little bit more in order to keep them. So if we live by that and really, really want something, then we have to abide by that. So I was appreciative of this conversation, the transparency from me and Marshawn, not from V, but
I love you too, Doctor. And I know deep down inside there's some love for me.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
There is. You can't hate me. You love me. You may not want to admit it because I don't watch the movies that y'all watch. They just don't come on my.
I'm okay.
They don't come on my TV. I watch YouTube.
You're okay with it. Whatever.
I'm okay. Like we said, we take accountability and ownership, and I am who I am, and I watch what I watch. That's where we
at. That's right. I don't participate in them watching. I ain't gonna lie. And I would like to thank Mimi for backing me up. She said she does. When she says I do. Like Mimi has been out. I'm telling you, ladies, it's not that hard. I don't know. Y'all gotta stop. First of all, yeah, I don't know. You gotta stop trying to do online dating all the time. I'm not saying never do it, but y'all gotta learn how to get outside and attract these men, because there are a lot of good single men out here. There really are. I went to the Ritz. Mimi, we went to the Ritz a couple of weeks ago. I met an older white man, and I'm like, okay, boo. Hey, I don't discriminate, right? It's just like, get outside. Stop waiting for somebody to knock on your door. Okay. Anyway, I think that is it. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight, and hopefully we all learned something, that V was more transparent than the rest, but we do know that they watch some extracurricular activity movies that I hope they learn something from. I'm gonna call them educational in nature.
V, education. What did you learn tonight?
I learned that y'all some damn freaks. And
judgment there. Slick mouth and judgment.
And judgment. Right. Okay.
Damn right. I learned that I'm a good girl. And yes.
I grew up in the church, and you're better than me.
Not beating with people with bats. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, well, right. I forgot about that.
You're right. I'm gonna tell you, growth, y'all. Yeah, I have grown. Like the old V, y'all trust. She is not here anymore, and you know what? Ain't nobody gonna bring her back either. No relationship is going to allow her to come back. I'm sorry. I seriously honor my boundaries, and I am not going to allow anybody to take me to a place from where I grew from, like where I matured from. I'm not going to allow anybody to do that. Never. It's not worth it. It's okay. It's okay to stay solo, so I would say that's what I learned. And honestly, I want everyone to know, like, whatever feedback that you got from your exes, if y'all not together anymore, it doesn't matter what it is. especially if more than one ex said that about you, I would say work on that feedback, work on it and apply it. I'm not saying that they're right, but really be open minded to hearing what they actually said in a non attacking way. Just be open to improving yourself. Don't brush it off and say, man, they don't know Jack. That's why they my ex. F them. But that's not the way to be. Like, legit, listen to what they said. It might be some truth in what they said. And there's nothing wrong with working on it. I think all three of us have. So, again, thank you all for joining tonight. And until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Good night.